Armenia's election campaign hasn't officially started yet, but let's be honest, it really has. The formal campaign period for the June 7 parliamentary elections begins on May 8. That gives parties just 29 days of regulated campaigning with a spending cap of 800 million dirhams, about 2.1 million US dollars. On paper, that sounds fair, but here's the problem. Everything happening before May 8 exists in a legal gray zone. Hello, I'm Maria Titizian, and welcome to It Has to Be Said. Right now, political forces, including the Prime Minister and his ruling Civil Contract Party, are already traveling across the country, holding meetings, staging rallies, running ads, building visibility. That's campaigning, by any reasonable definition. But because it falls outside the official period, none of it is subject to spending limits or full reporting requirements. So yes, there is a cap, but only for the final 29-30 days. Before that, there's effectively no real ceiling. Parties can spend up to their annual budget, almost $2.7 million, and campaign funds are treated as a completely separate system. Which means this: a party can spend heavily before the campaign, and then still spend another $2.1 million once it officially begins. So what exactly is the point of a spending cap if it only applies to the so-called official part of the campaign? Because in practice, this creates an uneven playing field. Parties with deeper pockets can start earlier, spend more, and shape the narrative long before the official campaign even begins. The party in power has even greater advantages: visibility, access, and reach. Others, especially smaller or newer political forces, simply can't compete at that level. And the voters? Well, they're exposed to messaging that isn't fully tracked, transparently reported, or clearly regulated. Now, to be clear, this isn't necessarily illegal. The law is vague, and that's precisely the problem. Because when the rules are unclear, fairness becomes subjective. And in elections, perception matters just as much as rules and regulations. Yes, parties are required to disclose campaign spending and file annual financial reports. But what we can't fully see, is how much is being spent right now before the clock officially starts. If elections are meant to be competitive and fair, then the rules need to reflect political reality, not just formal timelines. Because right now, the campaign isn't 30 days long, it's already underway. So either extend the official campaign period or fix the law. Because this gray zone, it benefits some more than others. And that has to be said.